Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. The channel where I like to show the properties for sale in the Italian market. In each video, I select a property in a different town in one of the 20 beautiful regions of Italy. But so, my friends, let's start and let me introduce you today's property. So, sit back and relax because we are going to investigate all is possible, all we have to know about this property for sale in a town called Bucchianico or Bucchianico, depends where the accent in the Italian word is. So Bucchianico or Bucchianico. So we are in Chieti Province, Abruzzo region, my friends. So, and we are talking about a property which is a duplex for sale in Via Merli 58. All right, 60,000 euro. That's the asking price for a property which is in a good condition overall. I'd say property that is fully renovated. Then we are talking about a good size property because it's 100 square meters. So we are around 1100 square feet. All right. Now, here in the advertising, it says 3 rooms, but as you know, the description is not always is matching with the reality. Ground floor without lift, but we know the house is on 2 levels. All right, duplex for sale, 60,000 euro, Bucchianico, Chieti Province, Abruzzo region. So let's start investigating about the location. So I'm sure you are familiar with Abruzzo region, where Abruzzo region on the map of Italy is, and here we see anyway where the town is. Now we are in Chieti province and actually we are quite close to Chieti town and let's say quite close as well to Pescara. So we are not in the southern part of Abruzzo, which is the area close to Vasto. All right, that's the southern part of Abruzzo. Here we are in the central part because Pescara is in the central part. Then, as we see here, Chieti is quite close, I'd say probably in a 10-15 minutes distance. So we are very close to the capital of the province. And at the same time, we are not very far from the seaside. We are talking about, let's say, maybe 20, 25, 30, maximum 30 minutes from the seaside. So to the nearest town on the sea, which is Francavilla al Mare, beautiful town on the seaside. So let's investigate first of all how many inhabitants are in Bucchianico. Before I go back to Bucchianico to understand. So we are talking about a a medium-sized town because it's about 4,892 inhabitants, all right, in Chieti province. So tiny bit less than 5,000 inhabitants, so which it makes it not a very small town, all right. I consider very small, under 2,000, 1,500. From that, I consider very small. Over 2,000, between 2 and 10,000, I already consider a medium-sized town, which has already all type of services that we might need. All right, now I keep zooming in, and as we see, we are very, very close to Chieti. So basically, I don't know the transportation, we'll investigate later on. For now, let's focus just on the location here on Bucchianico town. So surrounded by woods, farming land, olive groves, vineyards, anyway, very agricultural area. I'd say half of the population in these towns are living off farming and agricultural purposes. All right, so this is the town. All right, it looks like it's on the top of a hill, and the property is in this area here. So in the kind of old part of the town, but not in the central part of the town, in the outskirts. So I'd say a reasonable area, not very narrow streets, with also parking space around the house. Okay, anyway, you can investigate more about Bucchianico. Let's go back to the property. And now, my friends, before I read the description of the video, this is my me time, so where I recommend you to put like and subscribe if you like this type of contents, and it helps my channel to grow. Okay, so let's read the description and let's find out all we have to know before we are going to have a look at the pictures. Now, independent solution in the historical center of Bucchianico, unmissable opportunity, 60,000 euro, 100 square meters. So, for a property that is fully renovated, but I guess in this area also prices are, let's say, negotiable. In the heart of the charming village of Bucchianico, we offer a splendid independent house with breathtaking views of the Maiella. Maiella are the mountains in Abruzzo region. For who is not familiar with this, the Apennine Mountains. If you dream of a space all your own, immersed in tranquility and with generous spaces, this is the solution for you. Main features: access from a panoramic terrace, perfect for enjoying the sunset or sipping a coffee in the morning. So basically, on the main entrance, so we access to the main entrance through a panoramic terrace. Then, bright and welcoming living area with an eating kitchen and bathroom on the ground floor. So we have a kitchen, living area, and a bathroom on the ground floor. Then on the first floor, a large double bedroom and a second bathroom, and a balcony with spectacular views. Okay, so we have a bedroom and a second bathroom. So the property has two bathrooms. Then on top of the terrace, we have a balcony. All right. Then personalized attic with custom made bedroom and versatile spaces, ideal as a study, hobby room, or relaxation area. So the house then is on three levels. We have a ground floor, first floor, and a personalized attic. Property in excellent condition, ready to be inhabited without intervention. Perfect. Included in the price, let's read. Just 50 meters from the house, a large storage room, easily transformed into a second housing unit after probably renovation. Perfect for guests, short rentals, or as a creative space. I don't know. We'll see if they are showing any pictures. If you want to live in a quiet and authentic context, not far from the towns, not far from, let's say, a big town like a big city like Chieti, not far from Pescara, and not far from the sea, a property that is sold as fully renovated. Okay, my friends, so let's start and let's have a look. Let's start investigating about the property. Now, here we have the main entrance with accesses from a lovely terrace. So we have a private gate, okay, and then from the private gate we have access to this terrace, lovely terrace, covered space, so enjoyable even on the rainy days. And then we have the main entrance. Okay, then we can foresee a window and a balcony on the first floor. That's fine. Okay, so here we are focusing on the lovely outdoor space. So this lovely veranda terrace, okay, which it looks anyway in a nice condition, well looked after. I see the bench, nice to have a bench over there. Anyway, space for a table where it's also possible to dine, and anyway to enjoy outdoor times when the weather permitted. Then I see a wooden fireplace. Okay, interesting. With a new chimney. Interesting. Okay, here we have a view on the other side of the terrace where we also have a small tap, so which it gives water in case we like to do a bit of gardening and few plants, all right, to grow. Obviously, the space is not massive, but for a tiny bit of gardening, few pots, few plants. Anyway, enjoy outdoor times. Okay, perfect. Let's keep moving. Okay, here we have the outdoor oven fireplace, which it can be used mainly to bake pizzas or for barbecues, which is an interesting thing. I really like it. The idea to have a barbecue on the terrace. Why not? Interesting. All right, finally, here we are in the house. So let's start to understand the condition, the disposition of the rooms. So, as far as we know, we have a kitchen and a living area and a bathroom on the ground floor. Now, I have to say, fully renovated, okay, from here with partially exposed bricks. So, I like when they do this type of renovation in between modern and antique. So, to kind of keep a balance between modern and the old, let's say, style of the building. We see new floor tiles. Okay, so then we have a dining table, a sofa. Anyway, okay. Basically, we have this lovely arch at the end of the room here. Okay, with a kind of fresco on the wall. Then we have the stairs leading up to the first floor. So I believe the main entrance is just behind who took the picture. Then we have a new radiator, new electrical system. I see the switches, so has been looked after. Here we have a kind of pantry. Let's go back. Yes, so through a sliding door here, just on the left hand side of the sofa, of the couch, we see this door, which is a sliding door. And then here we have a little storage space, which can be used, let's say, for deep bottles of wines, for any sort of use. Okay, my friends. So here we are. Now, I guess, let's go back. Okay, from this door here. Okay, here we have the television on the wall. Fine. Then we have this corridor, which gives access to the kitchen area. All right, so here we are in the kitchen. We have a built-in kitchen, and we have beautiful vaulted ceiling with exposed bricks, which I really, really like. Okay, so the house is very stylish. Then we can foresee the bathroom. It's not really a very big kitchen, I have to say, but these star vaulted ceilings with exposed bricks are really, really fascinating. I really like it. Okay, so basically, here we have the stairs leading to the first floor. Okay, I want to go back to investigate a bit better. Pity they didn't show more pictures, in particular of the windows facing the terrace of the main entrance. Then, for example, here I see one corridor on the left that goes probably to the living room. And then I see another here kind of corridor, which I cannot really understand where it access, just on the very left of the picture. Anyway, let's go back 1 second here. Okay, because, okay, it seems like there is an extra room, which is probably a storage room or a laundry. Okay, so we have pity that they didn't show more as well of the kitchen, because I really like this type of kitchen, built-in kitchen. All right, anyway, let's focus now on the following pictures. And here we have the stairs leading to the first floor. Okay, now basically here, all right, let's investigate in a bit. So here we see, anyway, this room on the first floor used as a bedroom, which for me is not the best solution, I have to say, in my opinion. So from the left hand side, we see the landing stairs from the ground floor to the first floor here, just under this mirror, sun shaped mirror. So here we have the stairs, and then we are straight away into the bedroom. Then we foresee the stairs leading up to the attic floor. Maybe I'd rather use this space, I have to say, as a living space. Just, I don't know. I don't like, obviously, when to go. It depends, obviously, how many people are living. For a couple, it's acceptable to have the bedroom here, and then you still go to the attic floor. But in this case, I would make the master bedroom on the attic space, which we haven't seen it yet, and I would use this space mainly as a living space. We see, anyway, and we see the wooden beam ceiling. So we see the house went through a lovely renovation. Okay, I really like. Then here we have a window. It says that there is a balcony on the first floor. Maybe we have access from to the balcony from the bathroom. Maybe. I don't know, but from the pictures in the description it said. Anyway, a balcony on the first floor. We see that the room is bright. They have air conditioner. I would use this space more as a living space. Obviously, we have an extra living space on the ground floor. Here, simply because there is a lack of privacy into this bedroom, in particular if you have guests, but because there is a bathroom on the ground floor, so the property has two bathrooms. Yes, so basically here we are in the second bathroom, and as I said, we have the access to the balcony from the bathroom. Then I see that the balcony door is a double glazed window. I see is also a new balcony door. So we have a lovely balcony, and we can foresee a beautiful view on the Maiella Mountains from here. So the bathroom here, it's an amazing view, stunning view. So we have this view basically from the terrace, from the main entrance, from the balcony of the bathroom, and from the window of the first bedroom on the first floor. Okay, then we have the pity they didn't show more pictures of the bathroom. The bathroom doesn't look in a bad condition overall. I would just simply go or replace a few things, remove the bath tube in case people prefer a shower, good sanitizing, obviously, but I don't see the bathroom in a very bad condition. All right, then here we have the stairs leading to the attic space, which is used, as we see, as a bedroom. All right, and I would use this space as a main bedroom. Then we see completely new roof. All right, that's simply. Then we have these Velux windows. Probably no view, not great view. It depends how high is the ceiling here, but technically it's bright. That's what is important, because anyway you have access the view from the other rooms, so not necessarily from this room you need to have uh, access to a panoramic view, let's say, but at least we have light. Okay, I would use anyway this space as a main bedroom, or in other case, in another scenario, this could be just used as a living space and the bedroom on the first floor, to keep the bedroom on the first floor. But for me, make more sense to have bedroom here and living space. Oh, we have a beautiful dog, lovely Yorkshire here on the just beside the bed. Interesting. Um, all right. Okay, so these I think are all the pictures that are shown of the property. I wish they would have shown more pictures, in particular, more details about the kitchen, more details about the bathroom, but overall, okay, my friends, then now here we are into this space that is sold into with the property. It says that it's 50 meters from the house. Okay. It's used as a cellar, as a storage room, storage area. Okay. But overall has potential characteristic with these beautiful vaulted ceilings. I think we have a bathroom as well in this space. Was tiled, so the condition is actually not that bad, I have to say. Could be used maybe as a second unit, as a second house, this one. Interesting. Okay, here we have a video. Let's watch the video. All right. I don't know the quality of the video. I haven't seen it before, but anyway, it's very fast. It's going very fast. So this is welcoming space, not very big, I have to say. Okay, I got it. So basically, now I want to go back 1 second. So from here we access the kitchen here. Okay, very quick view of the bathroom. Okay, here we are on the first floor where there is the first bedroom. Here we have the second bathroom, which it looks good anyway. Very fast video, I have to say, with this amazing view, stunning view. All right, spacious enough, this bathroom. And then we have, okay, pity they kept closed the window. And here we are in the on the attic floor. Okay, where I'd say here we have a beautiful roof and with exposed beams. Okay, this is a bit of advertising. I want to watch it again simply because there was a moment where they shown that from the, let's say, from the entrance, very poor quality video, I have to say. Okay, here we have the welcoming room. Let's call it welcoming room. I would make it just dining area, first floor living space, attic floor bedroom. Okay, from here I noticed that from this welcoming room dining area, so we have double access to the kitchen, one on the right here and another one on the right here. Okay, that's all I wanted to understand about this property. 60,000 euros, 100 square meters. It means that it's around 30 square meters per each floor. Then, anyway, 3 rooms. Yes, I'd say if we consider the kitchen has a kitchenette, I'd say yes, 3 rooms. So 1 room on the ground, 1 room on the first, and 1 room on the attic. 2 bathrooms. And then we also have this space just 50 meters. I want to read it again. Just 50 meters from the house, a large storage room, easily transformed into a second house unit. Perfect for guests, short rentals, or as a creative space. Absolutely. Totally agree. Okay, my friends, let's go now back to Google Maps, all right, where I want to show you the distances from the main locations around the area. So I would start from Chieti, simply because it's the nearest biggest town in the area. And so we are only 16 minutes away from Chieti, which is a very short distance. All right. So, yeah, what else I can say? 16 minutes anyway, less than 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It's simply nothing. By bus, it says we don't have any signs of buses, but anyway, I'm sure there are. In many small towns here, Google Maps is not reporting the buses transportation, but I believe there are buses going from Bucchianico to Chieti, simply because if Bucchianico is around 4,000 inhabitants, let's see, 5,000 inhabitants. So for me, is already kind of medium-sized town. We are on the route anyway to go down to the sea, to Francavilla al Mare. All right, let's investigate anyway. Before we check Francavilla al Mare, let's check Pescara. Okay, how far we are from Pescara? 31 minutes. For example, if I'm traveling without a car and I can do from Rome to Pescara by train or by bus, and then I would take simply a taxi. I think 30 minutes taxi would cost around 60, 70 euro, up to 80 euro. That's what it costs in Italy, a taxi to go in this case anyway. If we want to go from the airport, I'd say between 50 and 80 euro to go by taxi. So then, anyway, if it's a holiday home, if you stay 2 months and so on, 3 months, something like that, you might not need necessarily a car. So basically, I would rely on the taxi from the airport. Then the town itself is not very small. And at the same time, I'm sure there are buses that are commuting to Chieti or Francavilla al Mare. Okay, let's investigate, for example, how far we are from Francavilla al Mare to see how far we are from the seaside. And in 24 minutes, which is simply nothing, 24 minutes driving, it's simply nothing. All right, so we are already on the seaside. So 15 minutes to Chieti, 30 minutes to Pescara, 25 minutes to Francavilla al Mare, which is simply amazing. All right, now we have investigated anyway the main location around the town. Now I would just zoom in and do a bit of Google Street View to understand. So here it shows that we have a bar, we have a restaurant, 3 restaurants. Let's keep zooming in. Let's see what other type of services we have. Bar. So we have few bars, we have few B&Bs. Okay. Let's see what else. Obviously, we have post office, bank, grocery shops, hair beauty. We have an hair beauty salon. Okay, bars. Let's zoom in a bit more. Here, not everything is reported here on Google Maps. So we have a main building, which it looks like historic palace. Then we have a restaurant, Piazza San Camillo. All right, let's now to go to Agricole. So there is a grocery shop just close to the property. Via Merli. Let's see if we can find the property through Google Street View. I didn't check before, so this is not Via Merli. Okay, so here we are in the outskirts of the town. So let's go back. Obviously, we have beautiful view, beautiful Abruzzo, the beautiful hills of Abruzzo region. Pity we cannot see Via Merli. All right, could be on the upper level. I'll try to check again later. Let's see. It should appear somewhere. Okay, let's see the signs. We have Chieti direction. The property could be one of these, for example. Let's see 1 second to understand. No, it doesn't look like that. That is that one. Okay, let's try to zoom out again to see if it points to understand. Come on, again, I zoom in too much. Okay, so basically it's from here, but no, it seems like Google Street View. Okay, we should go up from here, but Google Street doesn't go. Unfortunately, let's see. No. Okay, so the property is in this area here, where we access from this other road. Here we can only see anyway the other properties in the area. Okay, let's try to go up the hill here. All right, since we can access through steps. Anyway, there is the road, simply Google Street View didn't go through that one. I'll try now another go. I want to give it another go. We have the main square here. Let's go here. Okay, I lost the address. Let's find out again. Okay, we are here to understand if we can access. Okay, this looks more like a cul-de-sac. Okay, I'll try to access to another way. Anyway, here obviously Google Street View doesn't go. But anyway, so we have an idea about the beautiful area. Okay, let's see if it's going through. Now, I'm not going towards the... Okay, here we have a big building. I'm wondering what this building is. We have a parking space. And then here we drive into the historic center. I don't know, they built this big building, wondering what was the purpose. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, here we are in the main square. Okay, so it's all in a walkable distance. Then we have steps, okay, small. This is not Salento. Obviously, we are in Abruzzo, hilly towns, and this is the main square, which it looks very, very nice. Okay, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video here on Italy A Place to Love YouTube channel. And I'll see you this interesting. I'm wondering what was the purpose to build this building. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed, my friends, and I'll see you. Oh, an old cabin telephone here. Wow, it's rare to find these type of cabin telephones. nowadays. Okay, hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel for another property for sale in one of the 20 beautiful regions of Italy. Bye!